Hello, history buffs and space adventurers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're re-diving into a tale that bridges the sands of time with the red dust of a distant world. Our story begins in ancient Egypt, where young Prince Tutankhamun, affectionately known as Prince Tut, found himself gazing at the stars, feeling a restlessness that the grand pyramids and bustling markets of his kingdom couldn't soothe. He longed for an adventure beyond the Nile, beyond even the known world. One fateful evening, while exploring a hidden chamber within the Great Pyramid, Tut stumbled upon a peculiar artifact. It wasn't gold or lapis lazuli, but a smooth, dark obelisk that hummed with a strange energy. As his fingers brushed its surface, intricate patterns glowed with a celestial light. A sudden, blinding flash enveloped him, and the familiar scent of desert air was replaced by something thin, metallic, and utterly alien. When Tut opened his eyes, the golden sun of Egypt was gone. Instead, a smaller, colder sun hung in a pale pink sky. He stood not on sand, but on reddish-brown soil littered with rocks. Towering, rust-colored canyons stretched to the horizon. Tut realized, with a jolt of both fear and exhilarating excitement, that he was no longer on Earth. He was on Mars. Before panic could set in, a figure approached. It was tall and slender, with skin that shimmered like mother-of-pearl and large, dark eyes that held an ancient wisdom. It moved with a silent grace, its three-fingered hands gesturing in a sign of peace. This was Zorp, a Martian explorer. Using a small device that translated his thoughts into Tut's own language, Zorp welcomed the young prince to his home. Zorp, it turned out, was a historian and an inventor, and he was fascinated by the young human who had appeared so unexpectedly. He offered Tut a tour of his world, an offer the prince eagerly accepted. Their first stop was a Martian city, a breathtaking sight unlike anything Tut had ever imagined. The buildings weren't made of stone but were grown from a crystalline substance, spiraling towards the sky in elegant, organic shapes that pulsed with a soft, inner light. Translucent tubes crisscrossed between the structures, and through them, sleek, silent vehicles zipped by. Zorp explained that these were glimmer-spire cities, powered by geothermal vents deep within the planet. The Martians had learned to live in harmony with their environment, drawing energy from the planet's core without causing it any harm. Tut, accustomed to the immense labor of building pyramids, was amazed by the effortless beauty and efficiency of Martian architecture. Next, Zorp took Tut to see their agriculture. In vast, domed biosanctuaries, they cultivated crops that thrived in the Martian soil. Tut saw plants with glowing leaves that provided light, and others that drew moisture directly from the thin atmosphere. Zorp introduced him to the hydrovines, which produced spherical fruits filled with pure, clean water. He explained that on Mars, every resource was precious and nothing was wasted. This concept of sustainability was a profound lesson for the young prince, who came from a land of abundance. Their journey continued across the Martian landscape in Zorp's personal vehicle, a sun skimmer. It hovered silently above the ground, gliding over rocky plains and deep craters with ease. They flew over the Valles Marineris, a canyon system so vast it made the Nile Valley look like a mere scratch in the sand. Zorp pointed out ancient riverbeds and deltas, evidence that Mars was once a world with flowing water, much like Tutsal. Zorp then showed Tut one of his greatest inventions, the Atmoweaver. It was a network of tall, slender towers that collected cosmic particles and solar winds, slowly weaving them into a breathable atmosphere within contained zones. It was a long-term project, Zorp explained, a dream of one day making the entire planet green again. The sheer ambition and hope behind the invention left Tut speechless. It was a project not for one lifetime, but for generations to come. As they explored, Zorp and Tut shared stories. Tut described the wonders of his world, the life-giving Nile, the bustling city of Thebes, the belief in the afterlife and the gods. Zorp, in turn, spoke of the cosmos, of stars being born and dying, of other worlds and other forms of life. He showed Tut his observatory, where a magnificent telescope allowed them to peer into distant galaxies. Through its lens, Tut saw cosmic clouds of vibrant color and star clusters glittering like a pharaoh's treasure. He realized that the universe was infinitely larger and more wondrous than he had ever conceived. One of the most fascinating Martian innovations Zorp shared was the chronolens. It was a device that could capture and replay faint temporal echoes left in the environment. Zorp focused it on a dry riverbed, and a shimmering mirage appeared, showing them a ghostly image of water flowing and ancient Martian creatures drinking from its banks. It wasn't time travel, Zorp clarified, but a window into the past, a way to learn from history by observing it directly. For his part, Tut shared the wisdom of his people. He explained the principles of mat, truth, balance, and order which governed Egyptian society. Zorp found this philosophy deeply resonant with his own people's pursuit of harmony with the universe. Tut also showed Zorp how to make papyrus from a Martian red-like plant and taught him the basics of hieroglyphic writing, a tangible way to record history that the Martians, who used psychic projection, found fascinating. As the Martian day drew to a close, casting long shadows across the red terrain, Zorp took Tut to a high plateau to watch the sunset. The sky turned from pale pink to a deep indigo, and two small moons, Phobos and Deimos, rose in the night sky. Tut felt a pang of homesickness, but it was mixed with an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the experience. It was time to go home. Zorp led Tut back to the spot where he had first appeared. The strange obelisk was still there, its hum now a soft, steady pulse. Zorp explained that the artifact was a wayfinder, an ancient and rare device that connected points across space and time. He placed a small, smooth stone in Tut's hand. A memory stone, Zorp's thoughts echoed. So you will always remember your journey to Mars and the friend you made here. With a final, friendly gesture, Tut touched the obelisk once more. The world dissolved again in a flash of light. He found himself back in the dusty, hidden chamber of the pyramid, the scent of ancient stone and dry air filling his lungs. The hum of the obelisk faded until it was just a silent, dark stone once more. Prince Tut was changed forever. He returned to his royal duties, but with a new perspective. He saw the stars not just as decorations in the night sky, but as destinations. He thought about sustainability, about building for the future, and about the endless possibilities that lay beyond the horizon. He still ruled his kingdom, but he did so with the wisdom of someone who had seen two worlds. And sometimes, late at night, he would hold the smooth memory stone from Mars, feeling its faint warmth, and smile, a prince of the Nile with a secret from the stars. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey with Prince Tut. If you enjoyed this cosmic adventure, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next story. Let us know in the comments what other historical figures you'd like to see go on an amazing adventure. Until next time, stay curious.